In this video, we're going to go over how to graph a function that is written in vertex form, or sometimes known as standard form. Now, one of the things you have to know about how this works is that instead of the ax squared plus bx plus c format, we have a times x minus h squared plus k. And what that means is that your vertex is hk. So this is called vertex form because it uses the vertex as part of the equation. So here, what I need to do is I need to identify what is the h and what is the k. In order to do that, I'm going to look into my parentheses, and the h is going to be whatever is after the minus. So in this case, I have x minus 2. So my vertex point starts with a 2. That's my h. Now, if this was a plus, notice that that would make this a negative 2, okay? So like if this had said plus 2, you'd have had a negative 2 over here. Because if you look at this component here, it's a minus. So in order for it to have become a plus, it would have had to swap signs. So you're always going to write the opposite sign of what is inside the parentheses for the x coordinate of your vertex. On the other hand, your y coordinate is straight up just whatever's at the end. So I have a 7 over here. Okay, so I have the point 2, 7. That is my vertex. And I can go ahead and I can come over here and I can plot that. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, you need at least 3 points to draw a quadratic, a parabola. 5 is ideal. But one thing I know about this is that this is the vertex of something that opens upward, because you can see that this 4 here in the front, the a value is positive. So I know it's a happy graph, which means my vertex is at the bottom. I can see that this is going to go off my paper. Okay, off the graph space that I have. So notice that that's okay, all right? If you can only get 3 on your paper, it is what it is. We'll make do, okay? But what I do when I'm organizing my information is I go into a t-chart and I put the vertex in the middle of it. So I have x's in the left side and y's in the right side. So I'm going to put 2 and 7. And then I like to just put it in the middle so that I can put a point before it. So a number before x is 1, a number before 2 is 1, and a number after 2 is 3. So those are the numbers I'm going to plug in to the function. So I'm going to say, okay, what is f of 1? That's 4 times 1 minus 2 squared plus 7. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And you should type this all in your calculator at once if you can, but I'm going to continue walking through the steps just in case for some reason you can't get it all in your calculator. So type this all in like this, if you can. Negative 1 squared is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. And 4 plus 7 is 11. So we know that we have the point 1, 11. Which is just off the graph the way that I have it here, but it's close. Now, when I plug in 3, I am also going to get 11. I do recommend that you practice plugging it in, because if you get something that's not the same number as the one directly before, then it's telling you that your vertex needs a correction, okay? But if you were to plug in 3 to this, you're also going to get 11. And that then gives you a graph that looks like this. Again, notice if you're on your paper, you generally want 5 points. If I had bigger graph paper and I wanted to do, and I wanted to do 2 more points, I would plug in x equals 0 and x equals 4, because that's just the next number to the left and the next number to the right. So it's symmetric, so that makes it easy, right, if you're doing 1 on either side. Our axis of symmetry here is x equals 2. I hope that helps you guys work with the vertex form of the parabola.